Okay, so this message is going to be about someone who is desperately trying to get your attention. For many of you, this is someone who you've already sailed away from a long time ago. It's like since then, there has been no communication, no casual contact, no access to your energy whatsoever. It's like you closed the door on this person and never looked back. But the thing is that this is someone who was like still stuck in the past. When you walked away, it's like spirit gave you clarity. And this could be after something happened in that connection that revealed the truth to you about who this person truly is. Or you could have revealed some type of truth about that person before selling away from them. And that could have been something that was like a testimony for you. You know, that was something that you needed to get off of your chest in order to move on from that person. Because this could have been like pent up issues or, hidden truths that no one knew. And you were just laying everything on the table and you walked away. And I'm also hearing that spirit gave you clarity about why you went through certain things with this person, like who they truly are to you when you walked away. It's like everything could have shifted at that time. You could have started waking up. You could have been going through a spiritual awakening, and they were revealed to you who they truly are. It's like spirit revealed everything. And it was enough to confirm you were meant to move forward. That was divine guidance for you. And it's like, meanwhile, after you've moved forward, this is someone who had been stuck cycling through the same karmic lessons. They've been circling the same, karmic patterns, still trying to create delays for you. Still trying to interfere with your growth after you've moved forward. And it's like whoever you are, you're moving into a true partnership, a connection that's real and it's divinely guided. That's why you were guided away from that person. Whatever lessons you learn from that person is going to shape the partnership that you have with your true person. This is definitely karmic energy that you moved on from. They sense this divine partnership that you have with someone else. They know the bond that you share with that person, whoever your divine counterpart is. It's genuine, it's real, and that terrifies them. Because they know whatever you had with them was always meant to crumble. Whoever this karmic person is. But the foundation that you'll build or you're building with your true divine partner, this is solid. And for some of you, you could share a child with this karmic energy. This is someone who never stepped up. They never carried responsibility. And they never truly bonded with their child. And it's like from the beginning, they left you carrying the weight on your own. And they had already showed you long before you had a child with them that they didn't care about you. So when the child came, you could have gave that person the benefit of the doubt. And they showed you that they didn't care about your child. This is someone who did not even care about their self. And I feel like they may have felt like since you two had a child together, you were supposed to put up with them. You were supposed to allow your child to just go through whatever it is that had already been happening. You're supposed to introduce your child to trauma. It's like this is someone who honestly believed that no matter what, you were supposed to stay with that person. You were supposed to stay with them. But when you finally walked away and closed that door, panic set in. But it wasn't because they all of a sudden cared. They all of a sudden loved you or loved their child. It was because they felt like they were losing control. Because in their mind, they felt like you were stuck. Because of the child. But you left, and when you left, that illusion that they created in their mind, it shattered. And it had them all over the place. Panicking, not knowing what to do. They could have been lashing out. Doing a lot without thinking. Throwing fits because they were accustomed to getting what they wanted. And this is someone who did not want other people to know why they were so angry. They used the child to get people to feel sorry for them. To get people to feel like, that's wrong that person is not letting them see their child. Not knowing what you had to put up with that person. This is someone who does not care about, as I say, their self, you, or their child. This is the type of person that will lash out in front of children and not care. They don't care how it affects the child. They don't care if they accidentally hurt a child. In their mind, it's your fault. They just don't think logically. And I feel like for a long time, this person was stuck in like a fantasy of reconciling with you, building something with you. And this was something that was never meant to happen. That door was always meant to stay closed with this person. Whatever lesson you learned from that person, you learned. And you were able to move forward. Now they're stuck in lessons that they're avoiding. Because this is someone who does not want to take accountability for whatever it is they did to you while you were in a connection with them and after they walked away. Or after you walked away. Whatever they were doing behind the scenes to confuse people and to confuse you. Because whatever they were doing with other people, it was to make you feel like you needed to come back to them. Let's fix this. This is someone who never wanted to see you happy. Not even if it meant you being single and at peace by yourself. Everything that you brought to that person, they wanted you to feel like they were bringing it to you. If you brought stability to that person, you made that person feel at peace, you were loyal to that person, you nurtured the connection, you nurtured that person, you made them feel good about themselves. They could never give any of that to you because they couldn't give it to their self. When you chose to walk away and you started giving all of those things to yourself instead of pouring into the connection and pouring into that person, this person was enraged. Because they honestly made their self believe that they were your true happiness and fulfillment. Hold on one second. This is someone whose focus was never on love or healing. Their focus was always on toxic attachments, toxic patterns. This could be addictions, confusion. Wanting to be seen in certain lights that are not their own. Painting false narratives around people to look a certain way. And also control. This is someone who is a clear distraction for your divine path. Even if this person didn't know who they are to you spiritually, you do. This is karmic energy. And this is someone who they knew deep down they did not deserve you. And their biggest fear was always being able to see through, you being able to see through their illusions. And it's like when that day came and you walked away, they started living their worst nightmare. And they've been behind the scenes ever since, trying to create delays. But everything that they have tried to do and they have attempted has backfired onto them, and it's keeping them held up and stuck. You're currently in divine alignment with your true person. This is higher level commitment. This is harmony. This is balance. This karmic energy, they know they could never give you that. And it shakes them to their core. This is someone who also knows that their past decisions destroyed the connection that they had with you. But it was always meant to, because this person was never supposed to be a part of your life forever. It was always temporary. And since they've never taken accountability, they're stuck in a negative space mentally. Because in their mind, they felt like they could just bury everything they did to you and force you to come back, while behind the scenes throwing rocks and hiding their hands. But nothing they've tried have manifested. Every burden have fallen back onto them. And they've been trying to like pull on you energetically. Whatever they were doing behind the scenes, if this was like a legal situation, if you do have a child with this person, this was so they could insert themselves back into your life. Bind you through the legal system and insert themselves back in by force, by any means necessary. I'm seeing the 5 of Swords. This is someone who was determined to win at all costs to keep you blocked off from your divine mission. And I feel like if you and your person are aligned energetically, this karmic energy don't stand a chance. They can't get back in your energy because your person have stepped into their power. They've woken up spiritually. And they're very guarded when it comes to your energy. Yeah, this person is like in clear panic mode. They know time has run out. And as I said, this has been years and still no reconciliation with you. This is someone who have grown bitter, jealous, and still unhealed. This is someone who, as I say, they're not woke to who they are spiritually. So they don't know that whatever they're trying to do in this physical is not going to come into fruition. You're divinely protected. The connection that you share with your person, it's divinely guided and protected. Every attempt that they have made behind the scenes to like force you to come back to a connection with them, these were attempts to like weaken you, but they've only made you stronger. And Spirit is also wanting you to know that this person is someone who it's always been about your energy. That's the key. This was an energetic cord that needed to be cut. Because this person, as I said, this is someone who followed you here. They came to stop you and block you and to weaken you so you will never be able to walk your divine path, fulfill your divine mission. And this is someone who definitely came into your life with baggage and tried to dump it off on you. When you put everything on the table, you left that person to carry their own baggage. Burdens that were never yours to carry. They weren't ready for that. Because they got comfortable with you carrying them. I'm also seeing that the moment you got with this person, this is someone who always compared themselves to you like a lot. They envied your independence. They envied your stability, you being able to take care of yourself. And this could be the simple things like you being able to keep a roof over your head. You being able to take care of your responsibilities. The things that you're supposed to be taken care of as an adult. You have structure. You were raised a certain way that was different from the way they were raised. They envied it. They envied your independence. And they try to strip you of your confidence and your strength. From that moment on. Because this is someone who's seen something in you that they didn't see in themselves. And now that you've released those burdens back to that person and you chose to move forward, you've finally gotten on the right path. Spirit is giving you rewards for standing strong, completing those lessons that you were always meant to learn and move on from. You're stepping into a solid foundation of peace, elevation, from surviving to thriving. Abundance, recognition, and alignment with your true purpose. The only path that aligns with your true calling. That's what you have been guided to step into after moving on from that person. And that's something they could never take away from you. Everything they made their self believe has collapsed. Yeah. And as I said, the door that you closed on this person, it was always meant to stay closed. There was never supposed to be a reconnection or a reconciliation with this person. That cycle was destined to end, even if you didn't see it then. Walking away was your clarity and the key that set you on your true path. Now you're stepping into everything that was promised to you. Stability, divine partnership, and spiritual protection. Your path is secure, and nothing and no one else can change that. So if there's someone who is desperately trying to get your attention, they're desperately trying to reach out to you, nothing has changed with this person. They're in the same energy, but 10 times worse. This is someone who is hungry for your energy because they've been completely cut off and blocked out.